is Lindelani, and here we are on another of our pre-dawn road trips. Today we're going to be heading to Pan-African Resources Evander Mines, where we're going to be trying to understand the challenges and opportunities of modern gold mining. What do I mean by that? Well, modern mining has a lot to deal with. The need to generate attractive returns for investors while effectively dealing with challenges has to be balanced with a host of other issues. The crucial nature of mining safety, carbon emissions, rising energy costs, water consciousness, and the surrounding communities. Whereas previous generations of miners may have compromised on many of these issues, no ethical company today can afford to. And let's face it, investors are not going to be any less demanding when it comes to financial performance, expecting management to effectively deal with increased ESG scrutiny. So join me. This is going to be interesting. We're going to find out exactly what Pan-African means when they say they're mining for a future. This is Shaft 8, the picture many people have in their minds when they imagine a gold mine, and it's a great indicator to the impressive richness of Pan-African's projects in the Evander Basin. But although it's rich, it's deep, and mining underground can be challenging if not executed with proper planning and precision. So how do you manage this risk against the reward? How do you find the right balance? Well, to uncomplicate it, let's chat to an expert about how technology is making mining deep safer and more profitable. Lazarus Mutswaiwa, General Manager. Over to you, Lazarus.
Firstly, you innovate. You mine smarter and leaner. You ensure that less miners goes underground and at much better condition than it used to be before. This can be done by truly understanding and being at the cutting edge technology. This, however, requires a management style that cannot be reactive.
So Pan-African Resources prides itself on being quick, lean, active, and action-focused. But let's be honest. These are words we expect to hear from a tech giant, not necessarily a gold mining company. Let's chat to Group Finance Director, Diando.
Lindelani, it's indeed a tricky equation, entailing a lot of risk, some of which are outside of our control. Unfortunately, in the past, mining companies have had a poor record of generating decent returns on capital for their shareholders. But that has now changed, with capital allocation discipline being critical if we as a mining company and the sector wants to remain relevant. We are accordingly extremely circumspect in our capital allocation decisions, with execution risk being on the fore of our minds. What we mean by that is the ability to bring a project into production on budget, within the pre-agreed timeframes, and generating the requisite returns. The recent 8-shaft pillar project, the Elekulu project, as well as the BTRP, being examples of such excellence in operational execution. So, simply put, we are looking for quality answers that generate a minimum 20% return on equity and robust cash flows to enable us to continue paying attractive dividends to our shareholders in the future. And in this regard, we see the Egoli project and the 24 level project contributing to these returns.
That's refreshing to hear from a mining company. Let's head over to the Elekulu plant. So we're here at the Elekulu project, and much as we saw in Barberton, surface operations are a key part of Pan-African strategy. And the scale of operations over here is truly staggering. Cobus Lutz, CEO of Pan-African, is here to fill us in. Take it away, Cobus.
Thank you very much. Yes, the scale will be even more impressive if the acquisition of the Mintails tailings facilities, where we're currently conducting feasibility studies, is completed. This could represent a proper and real coup in an environment where large-scale tailings retreatment opportunities are so far and few between. Our tailings retreatment operations tick a number of boxes. They're safe, highly automated and mechanized, low cost, and we clean up legacy liabilities as we go, literally turning liabilities into gold and profits. Pan African's mix of assets, which comprise both surface and underground operation, results in a highly diversified and robust operational portfolio. I have to say the fact that our team has managed to commission no less than 4 of these tailings retreatment operations in the last decade speaks volumes to the agility and action-focused approach of our management team.
That is a very impressive track record. Very impressive. Can we talk solar now? So here we are, and this is a surprise. And although it's still in the early stages of development, what you're looking at is going to be a 10 megawatt solar voltaic powered renewable energy plant. A very exciting initiative from both a cost saving and environmental perspective. And it's a great representation of the balancing act that Pan African is managing. Namely, how do you balance an energy and water hungry business against concerns for carbon emission, stressed water resources, and the environment? Kubus?
Solar energy is not only sustainable, abundant and clean, but also to some extent frees us from our dependence on a national grid and the ever-increasing costs of electricity. A new reverse osmosis water retreatment plant not far from here will allow us to retreat and recycle another scarce natural resource and cut input costs too.
One source I read stated that if renewable energy continues to grow as part of the equation, gold mining could have an even smaller carbon footprint than Bitcoin mining. And let's not forget, what gold mining produces is tangible.
The point to be made is using technology and innovative thinking, one can move towards mining that is not only safer for people and the planet, but also capable of generating attractive returns through the cycle.
In other words, with the right strategies and operational execution, sustainable mining can lead to sustainable profits. And that, of course, is key. For all these initiatives to go ahead, the business itself needs to be delivering on requisite returns to entice investors to continue to support the group. Here's Dion. Managing this tricky part of the equation is in his hands, and we'd love to get your take.
You're right, Lindelani. Mining is all about operational execution, as it's a capital-intensive business. Here, the Elikhulu mine benefits from decades of capital investment, without which the underground operations would probably not be viable. By way of example, it would cost probably $1 billion and take the better part of a decade to sink just one of these shafts. In comparison, the Elikhulu project, meaning the big one in Zulu, was a 1.7 billion rand project funded and constructed from scratch. And as you can see behind the 7-shaft headgear, that's an impressive plant.
Very impressive. What an epic day. If there was ever a perception that gold mining is a sunset industry, that clearly doesn't apply to Pan African Resources with its high-grade, long-life, sustainable operations. Pan African Resources is definitely busting that perception. So it's not just the fact that they have blueberry farms and solar plants on their mines, it's the passion you feel in the organization for these projects. It's a determination to be not only progressive and relevant, but profitable, continuing to deliver investors with the requisite returns for the commodity cycle. In short, it's ensuring that they are and remain a sunrise business. And I guess that's what Mining for a Future is all about. Thanks for joining us, and watch the space for more. But for now, this is Lindelani, out.